No, not at all. What should I do? It's what we expect to have. But I want our people to be very calm. I want Biafra land to be calm and peaceful. Calm and very, very peaceful. We are fighting to defend our people. Not to kill them. Yes. We are fighting to defend them. That's why I'm here. Yes. And we'll continue to do so until we get victory.
Fortunately, we don't reason like that. Anybody thinking that Igbo presidency 2023 will stop us? What we want is Biafra, and what we're going to get is Biafra.
Declare no election, no 2023 general election in Biafra land. This no election in Biafra land has been activated. We are going to make it a task that must be done by every Biafran. All measures will be put in place to make sure the adequate civil disobedience is implemented to stop the election in Biafra land. Instead, Biafra will not come in 2023. We will burn down Nigeria, and still Biafra will come. Do you understand me? When we say we will burn down Nigeria, some people will shout, "Oh, go and arrest him. Go and arrest him." These are fools. Complete fools. You think we are scared of saying we are going to burn down Nigeria? Who will burn down Nigeria? You think war is to come and cement your house? You think fighting war for your freedom is to come to your house and cement it, or to go to government houses and put a pillar so that it will not fall? You think fighting for freedom is not about burning down? We're going to burn down Nigeria, and after burning it down, Biafra will still come. So the choice is yours. It is not. I want you to make this video go viral. I am saying it today, the 6th of November 2022. If you do not give Biafra freedom, and if we do not get freedom in 2023, and if we do not fight for the freedom and get it, we are going to burn Nigeria down. And after burning it down, we are still going to get our Biafra. All of them is what we call win-win.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the Messiah, and Simon Ekpa, the John the Baptist, is the voice. Simon Ekpa, water is the code. Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu. I love you, I love you. Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa. I love you, I love you. Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu. I love you, I love you. Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa. I love you, I love you.
Biafrans, Oduduwa, lovers of freedom from other nations that are trapped in the contraption, everyone who actually desires good thing, and everyone who desires the best for humanity. I want to welcome you all to this live broadcast. Wherever you are, all over the nations of the world, I want to appreciate you for joining. And I want to say today is the 23rd, Wednesday, 23rd of November 2022. We're here as we get closer to our freedom, as we count the days of our freedom, and as we put the enemies where they belong. Together, we'll continue to do what we're doing collectively, individually, and otherwise, to make sure that we keep pace with what we're expecting, and to make sure that we're consistently approaching and getting victory according to the order of Chukwu Okike, who has given us this mandate to see that we fight and get the freedom which he has designated and ordained that we should achieve. He has laid it before us, and he says we should go for it. And there's nothing the enemies can do. There's nothing they can ever do that can stop what the spirits have begun. He who began a good work in us will be faithful to complete it. And we are going to get the pay as soon as we are through with the job, because the pay is the success and the victory, and the pay is the freedom for every Biafran and for all Africans all over the nations of the world. Thank you for joining in. This is Biafra Global Network, and this is Tide of Affairs program, where we look at local and international details or activities, news, and other relevant information necessary to what we are doing and necessary for the projection and the expectation of God's children. I want to thank you all for joining. I know the messages are coming. Chukwu Ebuka is the first to send a message today before I go to the news, making rounds in the world, and also expressing, talking about them, and at the same time relating them to what is happening and what is going on. I want to say welcome. Please, as you just keep watching, like this video. Please like it. It's our duty to like it, and then you share on all your social media platforms. Get the people to come in, and then please subscribe if you have not. Remember, I told you that the only way we can actually spread the gospel of truth is to dominate the media, and that is the same way Britain through BBC was able to dominate the media to make sure that they kill Biafrans in 1967. But this time around, we want to dominate the media to make sure that we install the truth. They dominated the media then to install lies, but now lies have been discovered, lies have been exposed. God has made it possible for social media to come so that we can actually disseminate the truth, and that is why it is, it's very important, and the onus is on you now to like this video, forward it on all your social media platforms, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, or wherever, YouTube, wherever you're watching, and then it will become effective to disseminating and sending the truth across. And then as soon as you share it, the people will begin to now go into. We're going to be looking at some critical things today that have been happening all over the nations of the world, at the same time how they relate to what is happening within us and what is happening in Biafra land, and of course the issues going on in Biafra land. Please, I want to also make you understand that we're in critical times. You have to be very careful. You have to be very steadfast. You have to be very, very sensitive to your environment, especially if you're in Biafra land and wherever you are in the world. We must make sure that we do the right thing, what we have to do. Chukwu Ebuka, thank you. Good day. Mwachineke, thank you, Chukwu Ebuka, for your message. Good day to you also. I want to also appreciate Chukwu Ebuka saying, good day, Biafra. All hail Biafra. Yes, thank you so much, Chukwu Ebuka, for that. All hail Biafra. And also, let me look at the next message. Not loud enough. Okay. Samuel, he said not loud enough. Please, can someone also confirm? Let's see if it is from your phone, because I know I have the highest volume here, and I can see the signal here. Almost 100. I am already at the 100 max of the volume. So please, someone else can confirm that. So that we can also be able to know if it is from your phone or it is from the studio here. Bam, okay, Chukwebuka, of course, confirming and all of that. What I'm saying, Onka Tony said, "Good day, Mazi Biafrans in the whole of Africa, or in the whole of Africa." Okay, good day, Onka Tony. Thank you for joining all the way from your location. Thank you. I want to appreciate you. Please, Mazi, play the music. Which of the music are you saying I should play? Which of the music, please? You do want me to play? Is it the background music that is playing? The ambience? It's actually an ambience, effect. So let me bring it a bit low so that we can hear my voice. Also, I guess you can hear the ambience music also playing. So, good day, good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Love will move. Edith Nedu, thank you so much, Edith, for the love, and of course, my love to you also, Edith Nedu. Thank you. Ebere Chuku, good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Ebere, for joining all the way from your location. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to see you. Blessed Chuku, good afternoon, everyone. We have a very Chuku. We also have Blessed Chuku in the house here. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Blessed Chuku. Kadibia, Kelechi, good day to you, and may Okike be with you. I say to your prayers. Thank you, Kadibia, for that prayer. Thank you so much. We have Iberechuku, seeking one day. Our freedom is signed and sealed. Yes, so Iberechuku, it is signed, it is sealed. Nobody can take it up from us. Onka Tony, please, Mazi Kelechi, play the yesterday music. Yesterday music. Which of the yesterday music? Did I play music yesterday? Did I play any music yesterday? Which of the music, please, make me understand. Welcome, Biafra. It's all hail Biafra. Edith Nedu. Which of the music, my brother Onka Tony, which of the music talking about? Noeline, hi. Noeline, good to have you here also. Noeline, the surname is always hard for me to pronounce. I don't know why. Odiambo. Okay. Noeline. At least Noeline is okay for me to pronounce. If I get it wrong, Odiambo. Good PM. Brother Princess E, thank you so much. Good PM to you also. At your location, Uzamaka Nicholas, good evening, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you, Nick Uzamaka. Good evening to you also, and thank you for joining. Kevin, good afternoon, bro. We are sharing to dominate the media. Yes, so my brother, we have to, very, very critical for us to do that. We have to take over the media. Good afternoon, bro Kelechi. Thank you so much, Mrs. Atazayon. Thank you so much, man, for that, and good afternoon also from here to you. We have the message from Lola, the lady Mazi. God bless you. As MNK said, we have many mountains to climb. Also, array of enemies. Ejiofor is one of the biggest mountains, but we are going to win at the end. More strength to MSC. Yes, so Lola, the lady, in fact, Ejiofor is the Everest, the highest mountain, and we have already climbed the Everest. So we have subdued all mountains. We have surmounted them. Anyways, we have surmounted every mountain. So thank you, Lola, the lady. Good to see you again today. Thank you so much for joining all the way from your location. Ozore Mena, Dean, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, Ozore Mena. Good afternoon to you also from here. Thank you, Mr. Adazan. Thank you so much for allowing God to use you. He said, thank you so much. Thank you, God. I always subject myself to that and let God continue to use me. Thank you so much, man, for that. Hillary Beke, keep the fire burning. Thank you, Hillary. I will do that. I'll keep doing that. We have blessing you. Let's keep the fire burning. Yes, and please let's also share all around and subscribe and let the message go around. Donatus, Uguchuku Okoro. Some will say it's Donatus. We the way we pronounce it in our language, we say Donatus, but it's Donatus. Donatus, basically Donatus. But we will always pronounce it as we pronounce it in English. Ignatius, Donatus, Longinus, so Longinus, Donatus, Ignatius. Oh Lord have mercy, help us. Well, it's not our language anyway, so we can pronounce it the way we like in our language. Good day to you, Mazi. Good afternoon, greetings to you all on the platform. Please share, and like. Thank you so much, Donatus, for that. Please, let's do as he has said. Very, very important and very, very critical for us to do this, especially when it comes to our own, It comes to our own. Good afternoon, my brother. Chidebere, thank you. Good afternoon to you also. Chidi, thank you. Chukwebuka is still saying, may Chukwu bless all of you for the work you guys are doing for Biafra. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. And Chukwu also bless you for being a support. You know, Chukwudi, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Chukwudi. Thank you so much. The last message here, Mazi Biafra Unite is alive. Edith Nedu is Unite is alive. Of course, he's alive. He's alive, of course. Edith Nedu, we are not praying for anyone to die. He's alive, of course. Good morning, brother. Thank you, Nkechi. Nkechi, good to have you here. Now, let's go straight. Let me see the last message that has come in. We have Shijoke says, these Irats are grabbing victory from every angle. Soon they will tell you autopilot was their own making. God bless you, brother. When there's victory, they come out and want to shine with a victory. When it's not their own, it's always that way. Thank you all for joining. Before we continue, Son of Grace, I see your message. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, Son of Grace. Thank you, Eze. You're here, Kelechi. One love. Thank you so much, Eze. Thank you, God of Biafra. Good afternoon to you. Thank you, God of Biafra. So many things are happening, and of course we heard the news. Of course we know about the news of the Enugu province, that the attack and the killings of our people, in that region, in that province. It is so disheartening. It is so painful, and I know that we are taking action about that. Definitely, the enemies are doing everything because they are giving their last kick, since they are already beheaded and they are going down, and they will always do all of that. But we pray that Chukwu will continue to protect our people as we take action against the enemy. It's just that some people definitely will become victims, and so unfortunate is something that we cannot avoid. Now, I want to ask Barrister Ejiofor. I don't know. I don't like calling him barrister because he doesn't qualify to be a barrister. That barrister, that title barrister, is for people who are sound, who are reasonable, and all of that. I want to ask him. He was saying something in the video, in the audio message, the one he did with the Radio Biafra nitwits. He was saying something. Son of Grace, so you're laughing. That's truth. How can you call someone who is not up to the standard a barrister? It's funny. He doesn't have what it takes to be a barrister. Even if I've not gone to law school, I can be given that title barrister. I can have that title barrister because I can handle a court case or a court stuff better than him. He is just daft. He's just a nitwit. He's empty. He's so empty. We know that. So we don't call him barrister. We call him just Ejiofor or Mr. Ejiofor. Calling him Mazi, even Mazi is Mr. anyways, but calling him Mazi is like we are discrediting Biafra. So let's give him English name. The English title, which represents the people he represents, the caliphate. That is Mr. Ejiofor, because Mr. is for the British. It is their own title. Mr. Ejiofor. When we call him Mazi, it becomes so traditional and native of him, and he has desecrated the land of Biafra, and he has actually messed up. Moki K, Abrechi, greetings, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Moki K. Good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi and Autopilot IPOB. Mwachuku Moikego, thank you so much for your messages. I'm going to reflect the message on the screen as soon as I come to the message session after the analysis today. Now I want to ask Mr. Ejiofor. He said in his 102 days to go home. Yes, 102 days. I have already said it initially in case I didn't mention the number. It's 102 days, to go home, and we are ready. Every one of us are ready. We are gathering our things. We are gathering momentum. We are doing everything that it takes to actually go home. So now let's look at it. Today is Tide of Affairs, and of course, Tide of Affairs, we look at issues happening around us. So today we're not analyzing history. We're not discussing some critical things that have to do with other things. Even if everything we do every day is meant to put our people in the right frame of mind, it's also part of the mind surgery program. But anyways, we dedicate Mondays for mind surgery, Tuesdays for evident history, where we look at situations and events of history. Now, of course, yesterday you saw the analysis, you got the analysis, you watched it. Those of you who have watched it, it was explosive. And by next week, Tuesday, we're going to have evident history, continuing from where we stopped. Today is Tide of History, where we look at local and international issues bothering the earth, and and also bordering on the issues that have to do with Biafra. We look at things happening all over the nations of the world critically, and then we analyze them, and then we look at also things happening in our land, Biafra, and the nations around our land, Biafra. So we are going to be actually looking at this. Now I want us to first go to Ejiofor. He said something, when during that interview he granted to the nitwits on on the desecrated platform of Radio Biafra, which will be restored, just like the temple of Jerusalem was desecrated, by Nebuchadnezzar and his people. And at a point, the temple was demolished and destroyed, and later it was rebuilt by by Nehemiah and Paul, and all of that, and all of that. And all of that, we know that after it was rebuilt, it became hallowed. So for now, Radio Biafra is no more hallowed. It has been desecrated, but the wrath of God is coming, and it's going to cleanse that platform, and then we're going to recover the platform, and then we are going to actually worship God on that platform again. As at now, we are worshiping God on all the platforms of the Autopilot Media personnel, and of course here on Biafra Global Network, we are worshiping Elohim. Now, I said, no, he's not a barrister, for God's sake. That man cannot be a barrister, for God's sake. Why am I saying barrister? He can't be a barrister. How can you call something? He just got paper certificate. He doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't have what it takes, honestly. I'm being truthful here. I just want to be fair to him. He's just a mister. Let's call him the title of the British, mister, not a diplomacy. Mr. Ejiofor. He said something on Radio Biafra. He said that because of the activities of Mazi Simon Ekpa, that lots of Biafrans have been kidnapped and put in jail, and many of them have been killed also, and all of that, and because of the activities of Mazi Simon Ekpa and the Autopilot. Now it is interesting because you and I know that Biafrans, even when we have not raised the dragon flag, had been killed and killed. In fact, there have been mass killing at Ngor and all those places at Ezi River and all of that. There have been mass killings of Biafrans, even when we were not armed, even when we were just doing flag, and protest and carrying, placards, and of course, even when we were just protesting on the streets all over the nations of the world. In Biafra land, we protest. Even when we were just going on peaceful demonstrations, they came to kill. At the climax of that, they came to the house of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2017 to actually eliminate him, and they killed in the process 28 people. We all have those information. We all are conversant with this information. We all are actually, informed about all of these facts. But yet, a man who calls himself a barrister comes to say that because of the activities of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, and the one whom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told to pilot the affairs of this movement, because of his activities, these things are happening. No, it's terrible anyways. It's so unfortunate that we have such kind of person and some perverse mindset and evil mindset. And how can he justify it in the eyes of the people who have experienced the killings of their people, and we're all alive to see it, and yet somebody's coming to tell us that it is because of the activities of Mazi Simon Ekpa that these things are happening. Anyways, these things have been happening. They have been killing our people. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here, they would come with helicopters, and bombard communities. They would go to communities and kill people. These are the activities. They have been there. So why are you now saying that when people are beginning to fight back, it is their reaction, to defend their land that is now causing them to be killed, when they have been killed even when they were not armed? They have been killed even when they were not armed. So, when you look at this man, you just wonder. You just know that he's a nitwit. He's a nitwit because it is obvious that something is wrong, and fundamentally wrong. Anyways, something is wrong, and not just wrong, but fundamentally wrong. Now, for him to come and make that such kind of statement, it's laughable. Anyways, he has become a caricature. He has become, he has constituted a nuisance. And his behavior is mawkish. He's very mawkish. Foolishly sentimental. He's foolishly sentimental in this regard. But anyways, he wants to justify, the pay that his masters have given to him. He wants to justify. Now you can imagine him talking about Biafra. Now you can imagine a lawyer talking about Biafra. He says, Mazinam can represent Biafra and all of that and all of that, and then of course talking about saying now that declaring and proclaiming that Biafra will come in so number of days is laughable. It's not possible. It's not workable. It's not this. It's not that. And telling people that it's a scam. You can imagine a Biafran saying all of that when he is actually supposed to. When he gets those kinds of pronouncements, what he's supposed to do is to support that pronouncement and make sure that even if he's not going to come openly to do that, but make sure that he morally or maybe psychologically supports the person who is making this pronouncement so that this can happen. But we see, him, we know that he's an enemy of Biafra, because for him to say that it is a scam and it's not possible means that one, even if he's a Biafra, he doesn't identify with the nation of Biafra. He's recommended. That means that means the meetings he have been having with those Southeast governors and all the stakeholders in that their business and contraption called Nigeria, in that business organization called Nigeria, the stakeholders of Nigeria, because we are not stakeholders of Nigeria, we are stakeholders of Biafra and other nations. Oduduwa people are stakeholders of Oduduwa and all of that. So they are stakeholders of Nigeria, because they are the ones who actually are entitled to actually run this company called Nigeria and make money for Britain and make money for themselves. And now, so he actually is telling you that Biafra as a nation cannot be free from the Nigeria and the stakeholders of Nigeria. That simply means that the meetings he has been having with these people that he calls high security or highly, very sensitive meetings of security. Even if he's not a military person, he's not a security expert. He's not something. I hear that he's just one real estate lawyer who was just doing his little until he was introduced to Mazinam. I don't know anyways. But even if it is real estate, I don't think he's even conversant and fast in the knowledge of actually handling real estate business. But anyways, let's just leave him at that. Now, he says he has been holding highly sensitive security meetings and highly, placed meetings and all of those issues and all of that, saying so many things. And yet he's resisting the concept of Biafra coming by someone who is pronouncing that Biafra will come in so number of days. That simply tells us that he actually does not represent the interest of Biafra, which means that in those security so-called meetings, he's not talking about Biafra. The interest there is not about Biafra. The concern there is not about Biafra. The concern there is not about the interest of the people. The concern there is actually about sustaining the contraption or sustaining the business empire called Nigeria. And so if he is resisting from his words and from his mouth, saying that Biafra can never come, it's a scam. That means that the meetings he was holding with them was actually not a security meeting for the purpose of supporting the indigenous nations, or not a security meeting for the sake of the security of Biafra and the Biafra people, which they are saying they want. But it is a security meeting to sustain the caliphate and sustain the enterprise, Nigeria. So it is obvious now that whatever Ejiofor is doing and all of that is actually not for the interest. That security meeting is not for the interest of Biafra. The security meeting is not for the interest of Biafra. Just as simple as that. Because if you are holding a highly sensitive or security meetings and all of that, based on the fact that they decided to approve you as, even if you are not a security expert, they bring you into that system. One, there's a reason why they brought you in. So let's just say maybe because you're a lawyer, they brought you in and to represent, and of course, and because you have a client who is fighting for freedom of his people, and so they brought you in to actually, represent him and the interest of the people he is fighting for and all of that. Then it simply means that when you come into such kind of meeting, then you are representing the interest of your client who is fighting for the freedom of his people, and who, of course, he as your client representing the people. And so that means that when you get to such kinds of meeting, the interest of the people must be very important to the meeting. And whenever you're going to make a statement, you must, even in that place, in that meeting and all of that, you're going to make the statement that, that concerns the interest of the people. So, but when you now begin to say things that is contrary to the expectation of the people who are asking for Biafra, which of course your client is also asking for. Your client is asking for Biafra. And you know that your client is asking for Biafra on behalf of the people who are yearning to get Biafra. And so if your people are yearning to get Biafra and your client is yearning to get Biafra, and then you say you are representing the interest of your client in the security meeting or whatever meeting you call it, and it does not reflect the interest of your client or the people he represents or the people he is fighting for, then it simply means that what you are doing is that what you are doing whatever you are doing in that meeting negates and is contrary to the expectation of your client and to the expectation of the people your client represents. So now how do we balance this? Because the interest of your client is not represented, because you are supposed to represent the interest of your client in any kind of meeting you're holding with the enemies of your client. So, but when you come out to make pronouncements like the issue of Biafra is coming in so number of days is a scam, what are you saying? You're now saying that the interest, what your client represents is a scam, because what your client wants is freedom. And somebody comes out who represents your client saying that your client is asking for freedom, and that freedom will come in so number of days. And now you're now telling the people that your client represents and who also want this thing your client is talking about. You're now telling the people that what this one is saying about Biafra coming so time is scam. You couldn't prove it's a scam. He's buying weapons to secure the people. He's talking about the interest of the people. You have seen every of his activity is the same as your client. Your client raised the dragon flag. He is doing the same thing that concerns the dragon flag. Your client, brought in ESN. He's also doing the same thing by sustaining the ESN. Now you are saying that he pronouncing that Biafra based on the fact that your client wants Biafra. Now that your client wants Biafra, and he is also now saying that for what your client wants, he's going to make sure it comes in so number of days. And you come to the public to tell them that he's scamming them by telling them so. That means the interest of your client is not protected. That means you are actually misrepresenting your client. And that means you are not qualified to represent the people. That means you are part of the plan, because if you call it a security meeting and a highly sensitive meeting that concerns the interest of the people to stop the killings, it simply means that you are saying this, that the killings, which we all know, coming from those people you are meeting with, the killings in Biafra land coming from those people would only be stopped when the people stop agitating for their freedom. And so for there to be peace, according to your own thinking of peace, is to make sure that you deal with everything that is making the people talk about Biafra. So that when you deal with everything that has to do with what the people are talking about, concerning Biafra, then the peace will come, because that is when those people you are discussing with will stop killing them. Because the reason why they are killing the people is because the people are talking about Biafra. So you are talking about peace in the sense that when the people stop talking about Biafra, then peace will be restored, because these people you are discussing with now will no more kill these people who are asking for Biafra. So the best way you guys are going to do that is to look for a way to stop everybody who is involved in making the people talk about Biafra, or who is making the people always eager to get this Biafra. So you look for a means of getting rid of every of them, so that your client, those people you are discussing with, will stop killing the people who are asking for Biafra. That's your intention. Of course, we know that they won't stop anyways killing, because they want to subjugate and take over our lands. But now, that means that you would compromise your client. Because what you are going to do now is to compromise your client, because your client is an ardent believer of Biafra. And by what you said, you don't believe in Biafra, because you said it's a scam. So if you don't believe in Biafra, it simply means that you are going to compromise your client and make sure you silence him. Now, he talked about, Ejiofor said something, Ejiofor said something. He said that, because of the activities of Mazi Samonekpa, there have been killings and all of that. And now we all know that he enjoys the killings and he enjoys the activities of arrest and all of that, because that is what makes him get fame. As soon as any Biafran is arrested, he will be the one to go there. He will be the one to demand for logistics and the monies and everything, or filing and all of this stuff, to actually, even if he's telling you that he's doing it free of charge, that's a big lie. We know that they are collecting huge sums of money from the coffers of Biafra to actually, to actually fund all of these. Even if they don't call it as, the legal fees, they have a way of putting the fees. Either they put it as, logistics, or as operational funds, or as filing funds, and all of this stuff. These are the ways, technical ways of actually collecting the money. He may not call it legal fees because he wants to make you feel that they are not charging anybody. He wants to make you feel like they are not charging anybody. But the truth about it is that he's been paid for the job. The more people who are arrested, the more people who are killed, the more he can file cases, the more he can make more money, the more he can do all he can do. So it is very, very, very critical to know that he enjoys all of that. But he never talked about all of this. He never pushed for the government to stop killing or to stop arresting. You have never seen him do any public, a public, brief that centers on stop killing these people, stop arresting these people. He will only tell you that, hey, these people have been arrested and we're going to take it to court. We're going to do this. We're going to make sure we secure the arrest. And then he'll come and tell you, so persons have been, freed, and all of that. And that is where the money. And so as much as these people he's having meetings with continue to kill or arrest, he's making more money. So, but because he wants to get back at Mazi Simon Ekpa, he wants to get at him, he now decides to use it as a means of promoting, his desire, to actually penetrate the minds of the people who are seeking for their freedom to hate Mazi Simon Ekpa. But it's dead on arrival. Now, before we go, I'm going to go deeply more into the issues of Ejiofor. First, I want to go into the news, making rounds all over the nations of the world, so that we'll be able to, from there, harness. And then after that, I'm going to go into your messages, and then from your messages, I'm going to also make more analysis from your messages to give you more, things to analyze, about Ejiofor and the enemies. Because the truth about it is that we are hitting hard on the enemies. And remember, as according to what is it who wrote it now? Is it Nedu or somebody wrote it and said that Lola the lady said that Ejiofor is one of the mountains, and I am saying that he is the Mount Everest, the highest mountain. He is the one who is in control of other mountains. So we have surmounted him now, and we have exposed him, and so we have surmounted all the mountains. He is the last mountain that we have to deal with. And of course, we are dealing with him right now, and he knows that we're serious. He knows that he has gone down. So let me get the news, to you guys, so that you will understand what is happening all over the nations of the world. And then I can read your messages from your messages and make more analysis on the Ejiofor and other things happening around us, And we, of course, we hear the news that a 2-day-old baby has been killed by Russia shelling of the east of Zaporizhia in Ukraine. They shelled the hospital and they killed a 2-day-old baby. The mother survived, the doctor there survived, and of course, but the baby is dead. Now, oh my God, I don't know what to say about this news, but a 2-day-old baby has been killed, but Ukraine is still saying that they are going to defend their land. Ukraine is still saying they are standing strong and they are defending their land, and nothing will stop them from defending their land. And so that is what we are doing. In spite of the people they have killed, in spite of many of us that they have killed, that is the more reason why we are defending our land. That is the more reason why we are fighting. That is the more reason why we are doing what we are doing. We just got the news also that earthquake has, just like the earthquake in Indonesia about 2-3 days ago, killing over 200 and something people, 280 people or so, or up to 200-300 people as a report. We have another earthquake in Turkey, and of course, it has hit that nation. The news are coming and all of that. But we're going to get details of all of that, as much as we can, to see how all of these things are happening and all of that, so that we can actually know, what's happening around us. We should thank God that in our terrain, these kind of things don't happen. You can imagine earthquake after all the sufferings of people, earthquake hitting us again, all of this. and all of that. And of course, that Russia is just hitting the infrastructure of Ukraine, especially almost half of the electricity infrastructure have been hit. So, and all of this is just to make sure that they actually carry out mass destruction or mass death, because this is winter. Winter has come, and as much as winter has come, the people will be under cold. They need heat. They need to get warm and all of that, and they need electricity to actually generate heat and all of these, and they need gas and all of that. But Russia now is hitting this. That means Russia has become a terrorist nation. To me, that's what it is, and of course, that's what it is. But because when you want to cause mass death, just like the blockade that happened, during the 1967 war, they blocked the air, sea, and of course land, so that food does not come in, so that the aid will not come in, and all of this, and then our children, our parents, our mothers began to die. That's alone. When you block people from receiving access to support and help, definitely you have actually set aside, you have actually designed, the system to make sure you kill many people at the same time. And that is what is called genocide. And that's what Russia is doing right now. So just like we had the blockade, and so also they have now destroyed the electricity infrastructure in Ukraine. About half of the electricity infrastructure has been destroyed, and this is going to cause mass death. So the government of Zelensky and his government are telling Ukrainians, those of you who can leave the country, please leave, so that we can have a reduced number of people, and then what is left will be able to serve people. So you can imagine the mass exodus that will be happening, in that nation. People will be moving into other nations, causing, refugee problems, in other nations, But if it were Africa, anyways, we would allow you into their nation. Because everybody in Africa is struggling. So you want to migrate to Europe, and Europe will not allow you. They will make sure, but they will accept the other ones because they are the same, of the same color, and they have the same sentiments and all of that. Because that's what it is. But anyways, we're going to talk more on that anyways. And we here also in Jerusalem too, and in the outskirts of Jerusalem, two bus stops have been, bombed, by the Palestinian nation. Of course, why we say it's Palestinian, because Hamas is rejoicing and is happy that such has happened, and one person have been killed, about 14 people injured. Maybe we don't know. Let's see. Keep hearing the news whether more people are dead or more people injured. But we hear as of now, we heard that one person is dead, and 14 people have been injured in Israel, Jerusalem, east of Jerusalem. And it's happened at the bus stop in the mornings, where people are just trying to go, to their offices and all of that, to go and do what they have to do for the day and all of that. So these are the facts and all of that. I can see your messages. I'm going to come read them, please, and all of that. So please keep sending in your message, sending in updates and all the information that you want, to actually be said and discussed. And of course, we are looking today's side of affairs. So we're looking at the affairs of the nations and the things that are happening in our terrain at this time. So it is very critical that we do this and all of that. And then we can go more to talk about a precision air flight, P494, attempting to land in Bukoba in Tanzania, has actually crashed in Victoria Lake, or Lake Victoria. Now, it's critical, because plane crash, is also one main thing that when there was a time I was telling myself, please, I don't want to take flight, because this one, if accident happen, you can never survive. Everybody goes. There's no way you can survive. But anyways, it's God that protects. So that has happened. Of course, we know in the news also that in Virginia in the USA, a mass shooting. 10 people is dead now. The shooter actually killed himself. He shot himself. This has happened in 4 days. Within 4 days, another mass shooting. And you see, sometimes, when you have a good society, it will take me to another lesson. I don't want to talk about this, but sometimes when you have a good society, you have to also remember that the morals of your people, or the ability of your people to be morally upright is very important, and you have a situation where everything goes in all of these nations, whether you want to be a fag, you want to be, we want to be, LGBTQ plus and whatever they call it, and every kind of things that want. So they allow everything. So people's minds, people are beginning to lose their mind because people have got too free that they have now gotten frustrated. When freedom becomes too, when you give them excessive freedom, that disrupts morale. People plunge into frustration. People don't understand this. When you talk about freedom, especially freedom, fundamental human rights. Fundamental human rights. Hey, if you want to marry a man, you are free to marry a man as a man. If you want to marry a woman, you are free to marry a woman as a man. You shouldn't beat your children. You shouldn't do this. Children should not be beaten. They should not be flogged. Nothing. No, at no cost. When they will tell a 2-year-old baby or 3-year-old baby, once your parents touches you or make you cry, call the cops. And then the children begin to grow to be too free in their minds. They become too free and get too free, and they discover that in that level of freedom they are getting frustrated because they seem to have everything their way, and they keep making more mistakes, and the mistakes cost them so much psychologically and all of that, and at a point they become mentally deranged. Before you know it, they just feel that they should kill somebody and just die. Just like in Africa, what happens to us is that poverty poverty is what makes people get frustrated and so many things and all of that. But you discover that most times it's always a mental problem. Anyways, we know that today we're going to talk about that. That's going to be one of the lessons we're going to look at next week Monday when we come for the mind surgery. We're going to look at that critically. Why in this Western nation sometimes when we go to the realm of morality, we get too free. No, he's a child. No, he's a child. Don't touch him. You don't have, in this place, in the laws that are here, you don't beat a child. In the laws here, you don't correct. You don't shout at the child. If the child gets angry, please apologize to the child. Oh my God, we're destroying the morals. And of course, people get frustrated at the point in time they take a gun and they shoot at you because everything becomes so frustrating to them. Anyways, we hear that the Supreme Court, I don't know, I think they're supposed to have given the judgment right now, in the UK, is given their judgment today to see whether it is whether the Scottish Parliament has the power to actually carry out another referendum after the one they carried out in 2014. So the UK Parliament and the UK Supreme Court is actually going to give that judgment. I don't know whether by now they are supposed to have. Anyways, they were supposed to do that 1 hour ago. So by now they should have done that. And maybe tomorrow, if the news comes, when we know. And when I get the news tomorrow, I can also tell you how it went, or you can search it yourself. And the UK Parliament, says that the UK Supreme Court wants to give the judgment if the Scottish Parliament has the right or the power to actually carry out another referendum, and without the permission of the UK Parliament or the UK, yes, without the permission of the UK government. So now you can imagine how they are doing their things normally. This UK, number one enemy of Biafra. You can imagine. Now, you remember yesterday I told you about Rishi Sunak, or whatever his name is, the British the Prime Minister, who went to Ukraine to give them arms of worth about $60 million. And then he now tells them that he and his nation understands what it means to fight for freedom. You see, now they understand what it means to fight for freedom. That means for the people who are European or who are American or from that place, freedom should not come by fighting or by killing or by destroying in this current time, even if they fought to get their freedom. They understand what it means to fight to get their freedom because other nations have fought to get their freedom. But in this time now, they have to defend their freedom, and so they have to be supported. But when it comes to Africa, when it comes to Biafra, they understand that Africa and Biafra must kill themselves to be free. And so they allow things to go on and do what they have to do and ignore Africa so that we can go bloody and buy their weapons and go bloody and patronize their businesses to buy more weapons and to make sure they keep sponsoring killings and make sure that that freedom does not come, but still keep using their media to not publicize the reason why these people are fighting, so that the fight will continue. And they want to psychologically defeat us so that we keep asking and keep fighting. But we have said we know how to do it. We're going to end it once and for all. But now they are going, democratically to determine if the Scottish Parliament has the power to do this. But in Biafra case, they have not even talked about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was extraordinarily renditioned, traveled with a British passport, not a zoo passport, not say he has a dual citizenship of zoo. He's not a Nigerian. Those who are Nigerians are the politicians who are benefiting from. No indigenous person is a Nigerian. None of us are Nigerians. We are Biafrans, we are Oduduwa, we are Hausas, we are Bagis, we are different kinds of people, different nations. How can you say we are Nigerians when Nigeria is not a nation? You only are a nation. What is a nation? A group of people with common ties. So when you bring people and cluster them together and you say they are a nation, how do you call that a nation when they don't have common ties? So in the realm of definition, Nigeria does not stand as a nation. But of course, in the realm of operation, Nigeria stands as a business, because that is how it has been run. All that happens is that they have to milk, they take the resources of the people and all of that. Now look at what is happening in Africa. For instance, in Somalia today, the Somalian government is rejoicing. They're celebrating that they have defeated Al-Shabaab. And their special forces have done this. They have killed Al-Shabaab. Now in Africa, what's the West and their allies, Europeans and all of that, support and fund is special forces. When you talk about special forces, they want to bring it to you, because that is where they will expend. You'll buy weapons and all of that. They want to make sure that terrorists continue to thrive, so that you can have they can have to collect the monies that you're making. They steal from you. You use the same money that you get, the little one you get, after they have exploited you. You sell your mineral resources or natural resources to them for a very cheap price. They use it to make things, produce things, and then tag them very high in cost. And then from the money, the little money they gave to you, after cheating you and giving you that little money to buy your natural resources or your raw materials, they now still want you to use that little money to buy goods from them. And the money is not even enough to buy the goods, because the goods are more expensive and very expensive for you to. So you still have to go to them to borrow from them to still buy what you are going to buy from them. Borrow from them, adding to the little, and if you borrow more, and then they are stooges in your nation. Steal, they are stooges, steal some of the money, and then use the little and add and buy from them. And then they will make you also look for means to get these products at that high cost, and then they charge you taxes. Seriously, and it is a circle. It's a cycle of horrible, wickedness. When wickedness becomes horrible, you can imagine the extent. So now see Somalia rejoicing. That is what we can achieve in Africa. All we do is about fighting, overcome victory over terrorists. They come again, they attack, and all of that. When development is going on all over the nations of the world. I told you yesterday that the European Space Agency is contemplating, or they have even started the process of building solar farm. They want to take solar panels to the space, to orbit, and then build solar farms in space, and then see how they are going to, of course, magnetically and all of that. You know what science can do. That energy will be translated or be transferred to Earth, and then the energy will now be useful for it. So the solar farm will be in space, and the power will be brought into Earth and used on Earth. This is what people are doing, great things, but we are still talking about terrorism. We are still talking about cattle rearing. We are still talking about people like Ejiofor, talking about peace talks, all of that and all of that. Please, Biafrans, don't be afraid. And they have not come to catch me. So that's what is happening. Now we're here now that in the zoo, you see, It is so funny that what we do is we just keep giving out our raw materials and giving out our raw materials. We're not thinking of the technological development. We're not thinking of any other kind of development. We're only looking at, we're only looking at selling our raw materials. Now in the zoo in the Northeast, they said that crude oil is now being extracted in commercial quantity to be sold. Okay, they have discovered crude oil in the Northeast, according to them. But I hope that the crude oil is not a pipe from Biafra land that they have connected to, to the Northeast, and now tell you that they are extracting crude oil from Northeast, because these people are terrible. These people are horrible. They can tell you they have discovered oil in the Northeast and down now, but they are sending the pipe straight from, just like they sent from Imo to Iguacha. Then they tell you that Imo doesn't have, other areas don't have oil. It's only those ones they call Niger Delta that have oil. Whereas every aspect of that region has oil and gas. So I hope they have not connected the pipe to their place. You remember one time they were talking about connecting pipe from there to the east, and then to Niger Republic, and then to other parts of Africa and all of that, and then send to all the Arab world and all the Arab places around, all the Muslim nations and all of that, taken from Biafra land all the way. So I hope that is not what they have done, taking a pipe and link it to the Northeast and tell you they are now extracting oil, crude oil from that place. Anyways, in commercial quantity, that's their business. Anyways, we don't understand that. Now, before I now go to the analysis again, continuing with Ejiofor and other things, I have a particular story that is so funny. There's a man in Uganda who is asking for help. He's asking for funds to take care of his family. The man has a room. I mean, he has he's living in a place, in an accommodation that has 12 rooms, and then in the 12 rooms he has 12 wives, and of course the 12 wives have 102 children, and then the 102 children, out of the 102 children, he has about 523 grandchildren from the 102 children. Now, I don't know what do you guys think about this kind of matter? What do you guys think about this kind of matter? A man who is having 12 wives and 102 children, and now he has over 523 grandchildren from the 102 children that he has. Now, those children went into producing children without having the ability to take care of the children, just like their father too married their mothers, 12 of them, and all of them producing 102 children. Can you imagine how many each of those wives would have produced? If each has produced, that means each would have produced at least averagely about 10 children, or say 9 children, and 9 times 10, or 10 times 10, 100, and all of that. So you can imagine about 90 children. What the hell? And now he's asking for help. So what do we do about this kind of matter? Anyways, let's see what the Ugandan government will do and the authorities will do over there. But that's a horrible situation, Now we're talking about Ejiofor. Now remember, these people, they have sold us that crude. And so now that they have said crude is in the Northeast, why then? What are they waiting for? Let's just accept. Let's just believe that they didn't steal our oil using a pipe to their place and telling us they have discovered oil there and begin to suck the oil from that place, saying that they have discovered oil. Let's just imagine that's not the case. Now they have gotten oil, which they have been looking for all this while. Let them allow peaceful referendum. Let them allow peaceful referendum. What are we saying? We are still bringing it to their ears. You guys should allow peaceful referendum so that we can go, or else we'll take it by force and we'll destroy your place and destroy that oil, destroy that place, destroy everything that is in your place. Because we are going to do anything, as Mazen Amdekano have said. If you don't allow us to burn down you, and yet we will still go, we'll still be free. So that nobody can see. We're fanatic about what we want, because they have told us now that we can't get this thing easily. So we're telling them now that we will get it, and nothing will stop us. So let me go to the messages, then I can keep my analysis from there, because we already have 1 hour gone. So let's go there. And we have Son of God says, good afternoon, sir. Okay, Son of God, thank you. Good afternoon to you. Welcome you also. I welcome everyone. Please like this video right now. Like this video and share on all your social media platforms so that people can join. Remember, it is the onus on us to actually circulate the truth and dominate the media with truth. And it is only when you do it that we can do it. So that's what you have to do now. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so that we can have a larger platform and a larger influence, in the sphere of social media operations. So please do that. Eze, Kelechi, one love. Thank you so much, Eze. One love from here. Son of God, Son of Grace is laughing. Good afternoon to you, Son of Biafra says. Good afternoon. So, Son of Grace, I guess you were laughing at one of the things that I said. That was funny. Yes, thank you so much. And we have a message from Monkey K. That very good afternoon. Good greetings, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Monkey K. Good to have you again here. Good to see you. Machuku Mwakego. Good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi and Autopilot IPOB. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, Monkey K is reminding us, the British is reminding us of the 102 days to go home. Biafra is here. God is with us. We say God is with us. He ordained this moment. He ordained our freedom, and then He's also with us. Chigos here says, and God bless you, my brother. More grace and strength. Thank you so much, Chigos here. Thank you so much, Chigos here. Thank you so much. Machuku Mwakego says, we are ready to go home, Mazi. Thank you so much, Machuku. Yes, we are ready. That's why we're doing what we're doing, and that's why we're firm and holding strong on what we're doing, because we know that nobody can stop us. And as much as we are very, very ready and ready to defend our land, defend our unity, defend our nation, Biafra, and stand on the truth to make sure we decimate the enemies and take them down, in regardless of whatever they do and whatever they think. They cannot defeat the truth. The truth is sure, yeah, and amen. The truth cannot be defeated. Chukwu says, criminal Ifeanyi for the Carol White barrister. I always say that what he did to Mazi Namkano and Biafra, the God of our land, can never forgive him. Say, now, do you know what? Let me say something here. Somebody was posting, sending a message on Twitter. I post on Twitter. You can go to and join me on Twitter. Let's follow one another. My name there on Twitter is Kelechi Ambrose. Once you see Kelechi Ambrose, just check. You see the details. You see the details of my picture there too, so you can follow, and I follow you back and all of that. And continue to share the good news. So now I posted something about Mazi Namikano, about Ejiofor being busted and all of that, and he sent me a message. He said Mazi Namikano will determine who actually sold him when he comes out. And I say, come, my brother, this information is dead on arrival, because we are smart, we are wise, and we are intelligent. So even in the Western world and other nations of the world, they don't even need the victim to be there for them to investigate. Once they have evidences, they can investigate a case. Even sometimes they will tell you that somebody who is in the zoo, stole some stuff and all of that. And then they will investigate the matter maybe in Europe or wherever, even without the person being there. And then they will come and tell you that this person actually did this and all of that, based on evidences. We have so much available to us, evidences. We don't need to wait for Mazi Namikano to come out to determine who actually sold it. From Ejiofor's actions and inactions, it's obvious that he actually masterminded the kidnap of Mazi Namikano. How? He was actually representing, that is why Muhammad Abbas actually said that Ejiofor, they should ask Ejiofor, he told them and all of that. And Ejiofor said with his mouth that he has been holding high security meetings with these people. And now from his own mouth, he says, coming of Biafra, his own of this is scam. That means he never believed in Biafra in the first place, which means that the meeting he attends, he was not talking about Biafra. He was only planning with them and plotting with them on how they can stop the issue of Biafra. Because if Biafra becomes a scam to him at this point in time, it simply means that he never even had the interest of Mazi Namikano in heart, which means that he actually, with the plan they had, which was part of stopping Biafra, the only way they could stop Biafra is to stop Mazi Namikano, or kill him, or eliminate him, and then go for all the people around him, which they were killing, and the people who they were planning to kill, to make sure that they get rid of everybody, and then they will be able to stop it, and then they will not talk about peace, because the peace is when Fulani takes over. That's what peace is to them. When Usman Danfodio, defeated the king of Gobert and other nations then of the Hausa nation, of course, and other kings, what they did was they said peace has been restored. Peace simply means that they have taken over. When you hear the enemy say peace is restored, it simply means that they have taken over. When Gowon said no victor, no vanquish, now there is peace, he was talking about them taking control. It's their own interest, as much as Biafra could not escape it. That means it is peace. That means they have succeeded. So whenever the enemy tells you peace, that means they have achieved what they want to achieve. They don't say peace because you have achieved. They can't say peace because Biafra has come, but they will say peace because they have defeated the ideology of Biafra. And of course, Biafra is more than an ideology. It's a spirit thing. It's a spiritual thing. So that is what it is, my brother. So Chigozie, you have helped me to analyze that, so Biafrans would understand all of this. Carol White, yes, he is their brand ambassador, the Carol White master. Thank you so much, Son of Grace, Carol White master. That's what he is. He is not a barrister. He's just a mister. We don't even call him Mazi, because we call him Mazi, we're insulting our name, our language name. Good evening from my location. Thank you, Nwa Junior. Thank you. Good to have you here. Yes, I know you joined late, Nwa Junior, because once you are here, you will always send a message. I know Chukudi. Yes, we are going home soon. I know you joined late, so please, later you can look at it from top. I know that you have heard most of the preaching that I have done, so you can look at it from the top also to understand. I joined late. Yes, I know. Thank you, my brother, for joining it. Anyways, Kevin says, even our leaders said that they will come to kill us. So where is it you're going with that statement? That's it. So they will come to kill us. Mazinam can say they will kill us. We will kill them. Biafra will come. And now we are doing what we have to do, and they're coming to kill us, and we're killing them. And Ejiofor is complaining. So whose interest is he representing? They are killing us when we were not fighting back. Now we have decided to fight back because they are killing us. You are now telling us that we are at fault, we shouldn't kill. When they are killing us, you never told them to stop killing. But when we are fighting back, you are telling us to stop killing, because the interest is for them to conquer us. Ejiofor is part of that interest, the Fulani interest. Remember, of course, in the exposition Mazi Simon gave, he's planning to build an airline company. Just like the other man made his own money, Onyema, whatever his name is, coming to mediate with the for this issue of amnesty for the militants. Made so much money. Ejiofor too wants to come in that way. That's how they make their money. Now you can imagine what he said. He said people were calling him all over the nations of the world. Let me tell you, people, the people calling him all over the nations of the world are the people, the sacked members of the DOS and their stooges and their cohorts. Those were the people calling him to make sure that he carries out the program that they have. It was not anybody calling him for security. Who will call Ejiofor? How will normal people call Ejiofor for security meeting when they know that he's not a security personnel? He's not even an expert in security matters. He's only representing the clients that he's not even representing. He's only representing people that he cannot represent. Why would people all over the world call you when you don't even have an affiliation or a connection to security issues? You are not even an officer, military officer, or a security personnel, or whatever. You're not. They are calling you all over the nations of the world. You see how people lie. Now that lie tells you that lie actually is a pointer to those who are calling him. The same people, which of course Muhammad Abbas actually confirmed that they should ask Ejiofor. Ejiofor also knows about this. So that means Muhammad Abbas and co, who are all over the nations of the world, were the ones calling him to get updates about how they can actually stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing that Biafra has come and their Nzama will stop. Because when Biafra comes, all these family meetings they have turned IPOB agitation and fight for freedom they have turned it into will stop. We'll stop contributing monthly dues. So they know that they don't want that thing to stop. They want it to continue, so that it will be that we are only doing protests and carrying out activities that will make money to continue to come, and then the IPOB movement thing will be like a family meeting, family meeting where people go every month and contribute monies, so that kind of activity will continue. Because as soon as Biafra comes, all those things will stop. Nobody will tell you to contribute any money again, family meeting money. But that's how they want it to be. So Ejiofor also gains from that. He gets money from that, because it is from the arrest and all of that. They use that to extract the money, and they need that process to continue. People like Ejiofor will not support Biafra. You know why? They need a criminal structure like the zoo for them to sustain their criminal ways of making money. Because if a criminal structure is not sustained, then how do you get crime? Crime will only continue when there is a criminal structure. But crime will go to the barest minimum when the criminal structure is destroyed. So he knows that a criminal structure like Nigeria, which is a criminal structure, a business criminal structure, would only breed crime. And it is from crime that lawyers make money. It is from when crimes are talked about and somebody is arrested for crime and all of this. That is when money will talk, and that's when they make money. And of course, in that kind of system, in such kind of criminal organization or structure, they fight those who want to stop the criminality. Just like IPOB is fighting them. And those who want to go away from the criminality, they fight them and they arrest them and all of that. So Ejiofor would want the process to continue so that they will keep arresting Yeah, he wants the process to continue and IPOB to continue like a family thing where they contribute money. So that the money will be contributed, and then as they arrest members of IPOB, the money will be brought to you to they will say they want to use the money to release people, and they're spending so millions to release people and spending so millions on logistics and all of that, and on protest and all of that. So it is a criminal structure. There's a strong criminal syndicate operating and using Biafra restoration mandate as a way of making money. It's a very, very horrible situation that we are in, and that is why we are doing whatever it takes, bringing down anybody who stands on our way. We're not joking this time around, because we want our freedom and we're going to take it. Sumi Francis, I don't even remember his name anymore, and nobody should add that barrister to his name. His name is not, he's not a barrister. That title doesn't befit him at all. So let's cancel that title from his name. Uncle Tony said the music that Mazik someone played yesterday. Okay, that music, okay, because of our time, just because if I want to play that now, I have to go start searching. So for now, I will not be able to. Maybe some other time I'll try to get it and see. Okay, because I have to search and I have to download it and then into play. So all those that will not I'll not be able to do that now. So my brother, please just bear with me on that. Later we're going to play Ekelemuno Ndi Biafra. Ekelemuno, okay. Ekelemuno Ndi Biafra, and our dear brother Kelechi of Ejiofor and Ifeanyi go Ifeanyi. Freedom. What always there's the code. Okay, Evermat. I'm trying to put the words. Maybe it's the writing that is confusing me. And Uncle Tony is a good afternoon. The music that Mazi will go to for some played yesterday. I don't know the music he played, but I'm going to check it out and know the music later. Ugoeze Amaka, good evening, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Ugoeze, for being here. We have been analyzing these things, and Chem Obunike said, Mazi Kelechi, good to hear from you today. You are a good disciple of Mazi Namika. Thank you so much, Chem. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have to be, honestly. One would have to be a disciple of the truth. So I am definitely, as you have said, I am, and I'll continue to be that. Nothing can shake me out of it. And I'm firm on it. Everest, Emedo, the same thing that Jofa said about the activities of Mazi Namika, he's saying about some Nepal. That's it. That shows he's compromised. He's speaking the language of Fulani masters. That's it. How can Fulani says that one calling the number and saying that Biafra will come in so number of days? It's not going to happen. And you, as a so-called lawyer who is representing somebody who actually wants that thing to happen, who wants Biafra to come, you are now saying it's a scam for anybody to say that Biafra is coming in so number of days. That means your language is in tandem with the enemies. That means you are working with the enemies. As simple as that. And all these e-frogs, anywhere, e-frogs for the Nzama people. All these e-frogs will keep telling you that Jofa is the best. Don't mind that. That is abusing the people fighting for the freedom. They are e-frogs because all they do is noise. If you call them e-rats, you are giving them a credence, because the rats can destroy things. As I always tell you, rats can destroy documents, destroy even your pillow, destroy your food. But frog cannot. Frog will only jump from one place to the other and make noise. That's how whenever I post on Twitter or wherever I post, you just see the frog will just jump into that post and write nonsense. And the nonsense they post does not spoil what I've said. It actually gives my stuff more credence, because it will expose their foolishness from what I've posted. So that's why I call them e-frogs. So you can imagine all these e-frogs still, in spite of the glaring evidences that Ejiofor is compromised, they are still supporting the evil. That tells you that they are actually evil and corrupt and very deadly. You have to be careful of them. But anyways, they can't spoil what we're doing. They're empty. One cartoon says the music that Mazi someone played for exposing yesterday. Okay, I'm going to check it out later, and then I'm going to get it to play. So Chiem said, please, we have not heard the voice of Biafra Unite that he plays video in his platform. It's not enough. He needs to speak to us. Why are you bothered about that? Biafra Unite. Biafra Unite is fine. Don't worry. Listen to the music. Whenever he's ready, he's going to speak, and then you're going to hear his voice. Biafra Unite is not the owner of the freedom. The freedom does not stop because he has not spoken. He's part of the freedom, but nobody will stop talking and then the freedom will stop. No. It's good to be concerned about that, but let's not make it a subject of destabilization. he will speak. So since he has begun, there was a time he didn't play music, right, on his platform. So now he's playing music. So it means that he's available. So when it is time, he's going through the process of what he's doing. He has his private life, so he's going through that process, and then he's going to come all out when he's ready. So just bear with him and allow him to take his time. You understand? This is Negi says, if your voice working for the Nigeria, it's obvious. There's no two ways about it. There's no missing words. Definitely, we know he's working. As simple as that. And more evidences are coming. Chukwuebuka say that's the real point of what Ejiofor is doing. The sensitive security meeting he was having with the Eastern governors was how to capture MNK, to end the agitation. As simple as that. Every wise Biafran, you see, that's why we say we are smart as Biafrans. Those ones who are still believing in Ejiofor and calling him an upright person, we should check them. It's either they have Fulani blood, or they have mental problem, or they need psychological intervention. All they are mad. It's as simple as that. Afro Emmanuel says, I greet you, Biafrans. You are welcome to our world. Mr. Kelechi Ambrose and Harry is worth hearing. Thank you so much, Afro Emmanuel. Thank you so much for that compliment. I'm delighted. Thank you so much. Immediately they say no one is talking about Biafras. Yeah, that's it. But we are talking about Biafra, and we are preaching the gospel, because nobody can speak our gospel or preach our gospel, from different from us. I feel for the parents of the Ukrainian baby killed. When I heard the news, I was just wondering how the lady will be feeling now, after going through 9 months. Suddenly, Russia kills that baby with a bomb, with a missile strike. Oh my God! Not even that the baby just died because of natural cause, also maybe because of sickness or something along the line. Bomb. After carrying the baby in your womb for 9 months, then somebody just used bomb or missile to kill the baby. Oh Lord have mercy. The same they did to Biafra. After bombarding, you hear that you see people carrying their loads on their heads, refugee. You heard my guests last week, Saturday, during the Nuggets conference. You heard them. This week we're going to be having the Nuggets conference again, and we're going to have Pastor Ike. He's going to speak more on all of this. And 1 p.m. Biafra time. Don't forget Nuggets conference. We're going to have the veteran Pastor Ike on the studio, in the studio, to actually speak more, because he was during the time of the war. He was there. So now you can hear that. We heard that lots of people will be carrying their loads. The way refugees move during war, trying to migrate from one place to the other. They will throw bomb in the midst of the people, and they will destroy that center where a crowd of people will be consumed immediately. They did that to us, and then they now exuded and used the air-sea blockade to starve many of our people to death. I feel for the parents of the Ukrainian baby killed by Russian bombers. Is that not God fulfilling his word in 2 Chronicles 21-25, where Judah's enemies destroyed themselves? Both killed us in 1967. Yes, they both killed us in 1967, 1970. So we have to also feel the pains of those who are going through the repercussion of what their people have done. And of course, it is painful. We feel for the parents, but God knows why, and God knows how he actually executes judgment in the sphere of humanity. And Wachuku Nanyere, keep it up, brother. You are doing well. Thank you, Nanyere. Thank you for the kind words. And the Prince Global, please like and share. Thanks. Please, according to Prince have reminded us, Prince Global says like and share. Please, let's like this video, share it. It's our responsibility to actually circulate the message of freedom and let the people hear it. We have to dominate the media. That's why you have to keep sharing and liking, so that we can dominate the lies, to dominate and take over the media with truth and destroy the lies out there, so that all these 500,000 Zama people that the Zama people have recruited, who are their e-frogs, would not be able to do anything in spite of how they are paying them to do the evils they are doing. We will take over, even without being paid. We take over. Dear friends, please hit the like button, please. And Chukwuebuka has reminded us again, also, please hit the like button and share, and also subscribe. Good afternoon, Umu Biafra. Dolot Fox, thank you, Dolot Fox. Good to have you here, to see you again. And Prince Global sent another message. He said, "We move, no going back." Yes, Prince. Thank you. We are moving and we're not going back. Thank you all. Thank you. Kadibia says exactly is what they did. Yes, on the oil, talking about the oil pipe, right, to the southeast. Possible, that's what they did. You know, they take oil pipe, they move the oil pipe from Iguacha or from any part where oil made from Enugu or any part, you know, where oil, you know, is in large quantity. They link the pipe to their place, and then they now tell you they have discovered oil in southeast of the zoo. Oh my God, this all hail Biafra, Kenna. Thank you so much, Kenna. All must hail Biafra and all hail Biafra. You know, not this Yoruba people, not this Oduduwa people who have H in their mouth. They say all hail Biafra. I'm not abusing them. Just like you know, you know, people from the Enugu region, you know, who say I sabi long pass. That's I sabi run is long. I sabi long well. I sabi long. L is the place L, you know, where R is, and the place R where L is. So interesting. Anyways, it's part of the fun. And as Mrs. Azaran says, for doubting the coming of Biafra in 2023, Jofo will see Biafra but will not enter it. He said in 2 Kings 6 to 7, chapter 6 to chapter 7, 1 to 19, the officer who scoffed. Yes, that's it. The word of God did not live to see its fulfillment. He saw that it is being fulfilled, but he never entered into it. That's the portion of the job. He has already said it, that it's over his dead body, so it's going to happen to him according to the more words of his mouth. Edith Medu says, oh my God, yeah, that's the truth. Edith Medu, that's what it is. You know, so and now patience upon. Thank you, now patience upon, from all the way from Calabar. Thank you. Greetings to you, my brother. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much, Nna, for being here. Thank you. Thank you also. You are great. God of Biafra, thank you for your good work that you're doing. Thank you, God of Biafra. Thank you so much for the compliment. Global Prince, if them have oil, seen oil, let us go now. Will they allow us go? Please let me drink water because of I'm beginning to check. Let's see. They will not allow us go because that's where they're stealing the oil from us, so they will not allow us go. Because if they allow, we are going to cut the oil pipe, so they will not get the oil in the northeast. So they will still keep us. They will still want to keep us, making us believe that they have oil there too. You know, that's the strategy. They want to make us believe that they have oil, and then they will refuse us to go because they need that link to continue to sustain that place. They're telling you they have oil in the northeast. So they will not want you to go. If not, you would have been seeing now that they will be saying, okay, let's go, let's have the referendum. Now we have oil. They will not tell you now we have oil, but they will say let's have it because now that thing they are stealing. But of course, it's possible also that maybe let's just assume that there is oil in the northeast. They will still not want us to go because it's greed. They want everything. That is what greedy people do. They want everything. So even the one they have discovered, even if they discover oil in all of their place, they will still want to maintain yours because the more they get, the more they steal. So they will still want to kill you and take over your land because they want the whole territory for themselves so that they can take the whole resources coming out from this territory. So that's what that's happened. So their greed will not make them let us go. The same way Pharaoh's greed was not allowing him to let Israel go. And in the end, he lost everything. God of Biafra, please talk about Enugu SK. All places under attack. Many were passed on. Yes, we know that, and that's why the General Orji and everyone they are actually they are in charge. They know what to do. That's why when it comes to all of those stuff, we don't talk more on them because the professionals in charge are already working. So we just keep us updated on what is happening. And as things go, as time goes on, you're going to see the work of men on ground, strongly. Everything is being put in place to make sure we arrest every situation and also to secure our borders. Because in that area, our border, we border, the people from Benue and all of that. So, and the attack comes from there because they have penetrated Benue and they are entering into our land everywhere they are there. And so and they feel that they can always penetrate vulnerable areas, But my brother, things have been done. So we want the security or the people in charge to actually do their work while we just watch and then give the news of what's going to happen later. So Amoku says, welcome my own comrade Kelechi. Thank you, coming. Thank you so much, Amoko. I know you came later you watched from the beginning, and then you get the details of what we have discussed. After a month, say a Geofful or a Geoffo can keep dividing his dead head by thinking he's dividing Biafrans in a way of brainwashing our evil Biafrans. But our sign of identity is the two-piece wrapper for our mothers. Yes, my brother, you got it very correctly there. He can't divide us. It's not possible. He's only going to be deceiving his own self and his own foolish personality. God of Biafra, done and dusted barrister, is not our member. Yes, so he's not. He's just a stooge being used by them to actually bring distractions. But we hear from good day, good afternoon, and right on, my brother Kelechi. Ewudite Ifeanyi Ejiofor will never set his useless foot in Biafra land again for the rest of his life. PMO, yes, he's not going to, and will never. He's going to face the consequences of his actions. So definitely, Mr. Daza says Alan Onyema. Yes, Alan Onyema actually has made money from these guys in the Niger Delta. Our brothers from the so-called place they call Niger Delta. Of course, it's Biafra land, and so Ejiofor too wants to make his own money in that regard too. Noeline says, I don't believe that anyone called him. Is it? Are you talking about Ejiofor? Yes. Nobody called him. Maybe you're talking about him. Okay, the people who call him are those who are part of the criminality, like Muhammad Abbas, Chike. Those are the ones who are calling him. Those are the ones he's saying that people are calling him all over the nations of the world. It is not Biafra. It's just those criminals. That's what we're calling him. Ejiofor is the enemy of MNK and Simon and Biafra. But thing I know about Biafra is coming next year, 2023, and so shall it be. He said, now patience happen. Thank you. Biafra is coming, but people like Ejiofor don't want it to come because they are enemies of the people, and they will not enjoy what is coming. They will not be part of what is coming. So they have lost out. Prince Ezem sends a message, says no sane mind gives up on a ravaging fire that is destined to destroy them. Are you going to give up on that which is true and truthful when lies and liars are on fire? God forbid, Biafra must come. Yes, so Biafra must come. We are not giving up on truth. We can't give up because of the evil and the lies. Monwoka Tony says, Biafran is the hope of Africa. Correctly. So thank you so much. Yes, Biafra is the hope of Africa, and we know that our activities will bring about restoration of Africa. Africa as a whole will be restored as soon as Biafra gets its freedom, because our freedom, we're going to get it. No, we're not saying Biafra is giving his freedom. No, we can't get. Nobody can give us our freedom. Nobody, including the United Nations, we will get our freedom. Esther children, it's been a while. We don't have your messages. So thank you so much. Good day, Mazda. Thank you for your consistency and resilience. More grace and long live MNK, MSC, and MSE. And Biafra. So Ejiofor has shit in the Holy Land. In fact, the sheet is a water. You know this water sheet, you can cover it. When person cheat for public, the sheet is a water sheet. It's very difficult to cover it. You can't hide it. It's a strong one, if you carry and hide. But this one, even if you go smell, but this one water, oh Lord, you need sand and other things to pack. After you pour sand on it, you still have to sweep. Now you look for water to wash it off. It's a very serious sheet. Oh my God, now patience. Akpan Ejiofor is the enemy of MNK and Simon and Biafra. But one thing I know, Biafra is coming next year. You have said it, so it is certain. We have Kevin, message from Kevin also. Ejiofor masterminded the abduction of our leader with the intention of killing him, and since he did not die, Ejiofor is looking for a way to cover his atrocities. Yes, definitely. If you look at everything he's doing, it's actually, that's why he goes there to keep poisoning his mind against Simon Ekpa, and also doing lots of things to actually stop the people, so that is why he actually giving thanks to all these sellouts, so that Mazi Nnamdi will come and think that those are the people who are working and doing the things they need to do. And that's why they're looking for every way to see whether they can harm Simon Ekpa, to take him off and to hide the atrocities, but they can't because they have been exposed. And Prince Ezen Iheanacho sends a message again, our guest here. He says, benefactors in criminality fight, kill, betray, and do whatever they can to support, defend, and sustain criminality. This is obvious and natural. Yeah, that's the natural operation. The modus, that's how they operate. They will always they have to carry out those activities to try to keep and to sustain their criminality because that is the only way they can also defend themselves from being dealt with. So they want to do all of that, but yet they will still be dealt with and still be dealt with in due time. Akachuku Okuke Abiyama says, good afternoon, Mazi. Thank you so much, Akachuku. Good to have you here also. This Nedu says, God of Biafra will punish you for. He's already punishing him. That's why he keeps saying the things he's not supposed to say. He will grant another interview and expose himself. He'll keep doing all of these because he's been punished and until he's finally cut off. Chukwu Ebuka says, please, whoever that's here requesting for music should be careful. This is a broadcast and not a TV show where you can request for songs, please. We're not here for jokes. And of course, I want to also say, you discover that I don't play much videos because I know I need to say some things and it's a broadcast. I need to say more. So sometimes I play a few videos to actually just send a message. But the analysis is more because I know that we have to analyze very, very well. So, yes, we know that sometimes music is necessary and all of that. But, it shouldn't be a priority, as our sister have said there. Wajina said, according to ERAT, he's an E-frog. Don't Wajina, call him E-frog. He's not an ERAT. Achebe Paul, Caro White's lawyer, is one of the criminals, and also Diara. Yes, of course, he is. He's one of the criminals. Caro White will always come with his bleaching strategy to try to turn white to be black and white to be black and black to be white. That's what bleachers do. When you keep bleaching, you always don't believe in trueness. You always want to hold on to falsehood, and that's what he's doing. Pastor Victor Adim is here, the Honorable. I know that noble gentleman of the Circle of Truth, Bahato, okay. Nima here, Umokoko, okay. Oh my God. Oh Lord have mercy. Thank you, Pastor Victor. They are kept Nkapis everywhere. Yeah, they are Nkapis, honestly. They are Nkapis everywhere. Of course, we are hoping to have you on Saturday, of course, to also do justice to that, to deal with them in that regard. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Wajuna, according to E-Frog, Wajuna, they are E-Frogs, they're E-Frogs, so they're not E-Rats. Because if you call them rats, you are giving them power. That's what we're doing. They are frogs, in his own disposition, convicts himself. Yes. You see, that is why we say that they keep being punished, because they will convict themselves by what they say, so that's all. All that Ejiofor was waffling is what Chief Zebediah called Rabba Radasi. So the brother used that term, Rabba Radasi. I've not heard him, even if I was conversing with him anyways. I know he always talks about, say so many things anyways, but I know maybe yes, maybe I didn't take note of that. Ejiofor is just a neat weight. So Onwuka Tony, good job. Right on, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Onwuka. I'm thanking you for the compliment. John Almeida, good afternoon, bro. Thanks for joining. I know you will always show up and send a message once you are here. And Chijoke says, that's a taste of what you wished other people. I don't have pity on any because they have not had pity on us, even Ukrainians. Well, I'm not God, so I cannot actually wish anything on anybody. God judges and deals with people according to how you deal with them. So, but mine is just to actually feel for those who are innocent and who go through the pain. Kevin says, if we are worried and disturbed for Russia killing a baby, the more reason we need to be worried and action simply because of the massacre of Biafrans every day. That is my concern. That baby represents how they killed us, and how they killed us. That baby represents that killing, the way they killed us, in our let me tell you what that baby represents. In our frail situation, in our helplessness, that baby is helpless. That baby is innocent. That baby does not deserve such kind of brutality. The same way Biafra is helpless in the sense that we are innocent. We were doing our thing to preserve and to secure ourselves. We didn't deserve the killings. That scale of killing, that blockade that came upon us in 1967. But yet we had that happen to us. So I see that baby as a cynosure of what we went through. That's what I see. Good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Chidex, thank you so much, Chidex Ahams. Chidex Ahams, thank you. From Prince Ezem, that's the Biafra spirit on display in our system. This is Adazion, okay? Comprehensively relating the killing of babies, mothers, and fathers in Ukraine to the evil marks to Biafra in the past and current. Okay, yes, of course, that's it. You know, we can relate it, you know, and all of that. Keep up the good work, Kelechi. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'll keep it up. Keep up the good work, Kelechi. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I will, and I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing it. So that is it. Evans, we have still have some messages. Let me still go through them because of our time. I'm looking at the time too. Evans Ike says, not crude oil, is groundnut oil. Is that what it's? Evans said it is crude oil, it's groundnut oil. So, but you don't take groundnut oil from the ground, so they're asking our oil. Not crude oil, but groundnut oil. Thank you, Evans, anyways, for your submission. And of course, we have Kinsley. Jumego says, if I Abdullah Ejiofor will never see no peace again. Yeah, Abdullah is part of his name now. Okay, according to Ifrog, Junior, please turn it to Ifrog this time, not Irats, because you are making them potent. You say Irats. Eric Barry, you see how Saudi Arabia defeated the mighty Argentina. That's how Biafra would defeat Nigeria. So, oh my God. Saudi Arabia is part of the sponsor of Nigeria. So Prince Ezem sends a message. In the end, everything, including their body, will return to the ground from whence all things and man came. You know, none brought nor is capable of taking anything from this world. Ndara everywhere. That's it. Mad people, if they are not mad, they will not think of doing things that they know that they can't even take, or acquiring things that they know they can't even take from this earth. Kingsley Odumego says, if you find your Abdullah Ejiofor, the chief security officer of the Eastern, is okay. It is. You know, you don't start a sentence with is. You make it it's its, or it is. You know, but when you say is, a statement does not start with, is. So that was why I was confused there. It is Ifeanyi Ejiofor's the chief security officer of the Eastern Nigeria. That's what it is. Yes, that's what he is. Yes, he is Ifeanyi Ejiofor. He's the chief, because now his study was good. Can you imagine even a dumb lawyer telling you that he was attending security, very, very, very high profile security meetings? Can you imagine? High profile criminality to distort and to keep reference. Umuchineke, Evermat, Umuchineke. Oh my God, Evermat, please, don't let me tell you people that what people should understand. You see that terminology, Umuchineke, that Ejiofor is actually using. He's actually not talking about Biafrans. In that their cult, that Umuchineke is a terminology for their group of people, in that their cult. So when he says Umuchineke, the strong Umuchineke, he's talking to his people. But at the same time, it's a double standard, making Biafrans think that he's actually referring to them. Because the interest of the people he's protecting, those are the people he refers to as Umuchineke. He's not referring to Umuchineke, he's not talking about Umuchineke representing Biafrans. Because he knows that it is a misleading term and deceit terminology for Biafrans to think that they are the ones he is referring. But in the real design and in the real scheme of plan program, he's referring to those members of that his cult, those defunct members of DOS and everybody who belongs to that cult, those Ohanese group, Eastern governors, the governors of Biafra land, of the zoo, who are fronting as governors in Biafra. None of these people who are in the same category of evil, the same cohort and the same coven, they are all in the same. Those are the people he referred to as Umuchineke. He's not talking to Biafrans. So if you observe this statement, you will now say to Umuchineke, Umuchineke, Umuchineke. He's referring to his people, but he knows it's a double. It's a double way of expressing. One, it represents the interest of these people. The second phase is that it represents a deceit to Biafrans, so that they will now think that it is actually them they are talking about. So the blessing Chigo, now that the flag has been raised, and the Biafra borders are still free for the murderers to come in and kill our people. Don't worry, it's step by step, blessing Chigo. The borders will be protected and we'll secure our land completely. You know, Pastor Victor says Rabaradashi. Yeah, Rabaradashi. Okay. Yeah, that's the real Rabaradashi. You know. And then we have Kennedy Obilo. Oh, Kennedy, where have you been? It's been a while. Hope you're good. The guy from Ibilo, Edo State. The Joffa will never know peace. Yes, he will never know peace at all. He will never know peace. Definitely, he will never know peace. You know, Constantine says, Kelechi, please, where is our brother Maxwell from Ghana? Okay, I will try to contact him to know where he is. Constantine, thanks for your concern. It's good that you're concerned. This is how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to concern, you know, about one another. So I'm going to check him out and know where he is, you know, and so I will know whether he's still. Your father has beaten that fed him. Mwapa Mitchell says, betrayed MNK, not minding the trust, then in moving on with the script of Southeast politicians. Little wonder they are on top gear with their campaign, not minding us. Their campaign will go in fertility. That campaign is what's going to consume them. So let's just keep watching. Our people should keep watching. Chijoke, the innocent children being killed all over the world, both in Biafra land and Ukraine, will rest in peace and see vengeance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They have to, because they are innocent. So they're very innocent. Chica, Charito. Wow. Chica, Charito. Charity, Charito. Okay, Spanish. Charito. You know, Orlando. I love you, my brother. Thank you so much. I love you too, Chica. Thank you, Charito. I love you too. Edith Nedu Mazi, don't bite your tongue. Oh my God. I won't tell Edith Nedu, I won't bite my tongue, please. You know, Mark Mitchell. But God has positioned our to give the highest disappointment they can ever imagine. More grace, my brother. Thank you so much. Edith Nedu is laughing at me. No problem. You're going to kill a goat to appease the spirits for laughing at me, Edith. You know, John Almeida says, I know it's dangerous, but please, we should call on any good men to go out and hunt those killers. It broke my heart seeing villagers flee. Honestly, the way, you know, I'm just wondering, you know, I expected the young men, anyways, I expected the young men, as soon as this happens, everywhere, everybody comes out and look for every means, both with the traditional means and every means. Deal with these guys. Brother, you are doing well. One name, Joseph. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. We have to deal with this matter, this situation. Thank you all. It's my pleasure having you and hosting, you know, being your host today and also hosting you at the same time. It's my pleasure. Kennedy Ejiofor was the one combining list of our people, which was called on Radio Biafra to be killed. Yes, he's the one along the line, you know, because he was the one contacting most of these men on ground at the same time with Muhammad Abbas. They're the ones compiling all of this and doing this evil. So I want to thank you all for being part of this. It's been wonderful. We have discussed and we have talked. Tomorrow is Recreating Biafra program. And we're going to be looking deep into how we all can come with what we have, what Chukwuokike has blessed us with, the gifting, the abilities, the concepts, the ideas, and how we are going to be building our nation that is to come. Honestly, I can tell you that what we are doing on the ground massively to see that we have a better nation is so solid. Talking about the constitution that is being put together, talking about the developmental programs being put together, massive things are going on. So I tell you, the nation we are going to build is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So please like this video. If you have not liked the video, please, I beseech you, like the video. It's very important because it takes us all to actually dominate the media. If we don't play our role, we'll not be able to dominate the media. Please like the video and then subscribe if you have not subscribed. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Get your people, your friends, your loved ones, even your enemies to subscribe and to also see the video by circulating the video on all social media platforms. Get them all to be part of it. You know, get them all to be part of it, and then you will see how this will begin to work, and will now take over the media, and our messages will be everywhere, and the messages of all the enemies will go down. Our messages will be heard here and there all over the nations of the world. Adazayan says, Enugu young men will not challenge Fulanis. They are busy, obedient. That's the painful thing. You know, when I see them around the dead bodies and all, they're standing moody and looking frail and all of that, you begin to wonder, can't these people, for God's sake, people, as you're standing there, they can even attack you and kill more of you. Can't you guys come? But when you hear of Obi now, they will be the ones to raise their voice. Obi must be elected. He's from our place. Blah blah. They will be fighting those who is telling them that they need freedom. I will use this medium to speak to them, young men, all these young people. If you have gotten to the age of 14 as a young boy, you are already during the war. We had young people. You heard our guest last time. Chief Emeka says he was very young when he desired to fight for his nation. And he didn't die, he survived. So wherever you are in Enugu, that's Enugu province, go now, start mobilizing yourselves. Yes, ESN and the Alliance are going to do their work. They are planning, they are doing everything they have to do, and they are working. You have to also gather yourselves so that we will know that you have gathered yourself, and then whatever you need to actually carry action will be provided. Whatever you need. So our young men should do that in those places, and all those communities, close to those places where these things have happened, should also begin to gather themselves and begin to do something, because there is need to rescue and to defend our land to the fullest. We have just 102 days more into our freedom, but to defend our land now, it's in our hands. Not just the ESN, not just the Alliance, but in our hands. Remember, we outnumber them. We have more people in a whole community. Few people just enter and go scot-free. Yes, we know they are holding AK-47, but as soon as they entered, they would have been blocked somewhere. The other places, this is the time of phone. You call the other people from whence they came in. You call people, block the roads, block the whole place, because they come with bikes and all that. Set traps as they are moving. Into those forests belong to us. We know the terrain. You guys know the terrain. You know how they could have entered. Quickly, radio the people at the other end. They set blockades and all of that. Put some camouflage there. When their bike get there, they will be overturned. They will be hit, and before you know it, attack them. By the time they are hit unawares, they will be displaced, and then you, from every corner, you come out. You take their weapons, take their guns, and finish them. This is what we call guerrilla strategy. This is what we call guerrilla. Thank you so much, John. Yes, this is what we call guerrilla strategy. You people know the terrain already. You know where they would have entered from. When you see the direction, as you are hearing of the attack, and you see the direction they have come from, by the time they are doing all of their stuff, you radio the people in the other place. You radio people, they round up those places, use camouflage to block the road and things that they don't suspect and all of that. All from corners as they are going, you just destabilize them. So as they are coming now, they will be displaced. They will now begin to look for way. They will now get confused. And from every corner, people will begin to use any weapon. Whether you use this petrol bomb, you put it in bottle and all of that. All these things like a missile. We take them down in a protective way. You protect yourself very well. Very, very important. Not just standing there moody, standing by the dead bodies. They have killed them. Standing by the dead bodies will not solve anything. It is time to take action, and then begin to liaise with communities that are close to your community. We need to take action together, and before you know it, the spread of security will be large. That's how it's supposed to be done. That's how our fathers fought, just like Doyle Fox said. That is why the war was sustained for so long. We would have won that war. You remember when our guest talked about BOF, Biafra organization, that took the guerrilla tactics. They can't defeat you. These are few people. Let's say there are about 100 that came into your community, and your community have over 2,000 young boys. Yes, let's say they came with AK-47. For God's sake, you are supposed to, by now, every community is supposed to be having this, this bottle bomb, this fuel in bottle, and all of this stuff. By the time you throw this thing, you block them from every corner. It is your terrain. They are few, you are more. You take them on from every corner. Because of disunity, because of this one doesn't want to get along with this one. We now stay. We don't allow ourselves to be. We just stay there. We allow ourselves to be killed. By the time As soon as this kind of attacks come, by now, I don't expect another second attack to happen. People would have quickly, there are ways of communicating, not those days that you don't even know what's happening. Ways of communicating. You radio the other people, you call them. This is what's happening. Please check out, block this way, block that way, block the, this is where you would think they are going to escape from. Block the way. When they are moving their bikes and they get there, you see the rope and all of that, that tiny rope, and just lift it to cut them off, it will hit them, and before they get destabilized, they confused, and this one will fall and then get injured, and all of before they get broken bones. At that point, they begin to think of how they are going to escape. That's when you begin to stone them, those bottles, the thing will begin to explode on them. By the time they are done, you have weapons. You disarm them, you take their weapons, it becomes your weapons. You begin to now use those weapons for yourselves. Let's be smart, my brothers. Blessing you, thank you. Then we go use rise up, stop this, your court. Every community should be ready, very ready now. We are in a different dispensation, different time. Every community, even if it has not come to your community, start preparing all of those stuff right now. Remain blessed, Ambrose. You're doing great. Thank you so much, Princess Amaka. Is it? I mean, we have to be proactive, very proactive. Fuel in bottle can get the job done. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Evermart, thank you. Fuel in bottle. When you shake it. Remember, Mazin, I'm going to talk about that. Put traps everywhere. As they are entering your community, they cannot leave. Put traps everywhere. As they are entering your community, you must decimate them. And then you must take those weapons. You must take those AK-47s. That is just like they have kidnapped to get ransom to buy all these weapons. You take them back. Your community now owns the weapons. Okay, Tony, thank you. That is what we're saying. Let's not stay and begin to cry. All we do is cry. God bless you, sir. BNG, Uche, Chineke. Thank you so much. Just begin to cry. We are men, for God's sake. We are smart. Fulanis are stupid now. They are one way. They will just come. Just begin to shoot. That's what they do. They are not smart. The only thing that they have is AK-47. Good, we know that we don't have the weapons, but we have other ways. We did all of this now during the war. Our people were smart then. Are we not smarter? They got their locally made weapons. You have intelligent people in your community. You can begin to create some things now. Guerrilla warfare is what will defeat our enemies. Guerrilla, and that is the strategy. You don't need to wait for the news to be announced by my sister Menepa to say the war have started. They have already brought the war. You should know that the war is in your domain, especially those of us who are in those territories, those communities that are bordering Benue, bordering bordering, of course, Ondo, all those places where they're coming from, bordering Kogi, and bordering, all those places where they're coming from. Even those ones who are in Kogi, those are communities in Kogi and in Benue, all those places, and bordering that area of Plateau and all of those places. This is the time to begin to take action. You begin to do your plans. You don't wait until the attack comes. I don't expect them to come in like this and go free like this now. By now, oh Lord have mercy. If I were in Biafra land, I don't think my community, by now I would have prepared my community as a man. I'll call my people, come. We have to come together. Or else, as we are here doing all these young boys who are moving, draw their trousers on their, they say they are sagging, put their trousers on their nyash, move around drinking beer, going at night, go to joint, then drink beer and looking for small girls. They will come and kill you, and that's the end of you. You come together now, man. This is time to save our lives, or else we will not have time to. They will kill us, and we will not be able to sag again. We will not be able to put our trousers on our nyash. They will not be able to drink beer again. That's the end of you. So you call your people together. This is the time to save yourself. You don't need to wait for them to bring the war to you. The war is already coming. Imagine I'm going to say they are coming. The war is coming. Please, I don't know if you can get this video. Cut this side of the video. Send it to them in the community. Send it to them in the village, wherever you are. Send it to them. Tell them, let them listen to this voice that is speaking. Build your own weapons. Get this thing. There's this thin rope, very thin, that you can put it on the road. They will not know as they are coming. You from one far end. You people just raise it. It will cut as it is hitting this one. It is slicing their throats because of that speed they are riding with their machine. It will slit the throat of that one. Another one will come as they will move like they are abokis. They just move anyhow. They will just move it to slit them before the ones coming behind will realize it, because they will be going together. Before they will come and realize it, they have some. Then those ones will be destabilized. They will be looking for a way to escape. They are confused this time around. They don't know where to go. That is when you begin to throw those bottles. You get them destabilized. Before you know it, you take their weapons. You finish them. They are killing us now. This is a war. We don't hide mouth. We don't hide. We are fighting. We are going to kill them. That's what we're saying. It disturbs, I'm going to say it disturbs me a lot to see such killings going on in our land. How can they come and kill Biafrans like this? I never knew or believed that such killings would be going on in Biafra land. Something must be done. That is the something that we're talking about here. Finish them, my people. You can't bring death to your domain and you're there and crying. They have killed others. They have killed them. Stop crying. Move now. Take action, or else you too will become like that one that have been killed. You become a victim. The politicians are their foot soldiers. Anyone who organizes boys will be sabotaged, and that's fear cage our people. No. Forget all those talk. Of course, in the village, you know the clique now. You know how to be. You know what they're going to. People know they're coming. Want to sabotage, you see death coming to you. They are coming with AK-47. You say who wants to sabotage? Even the person who wants to sabotage knows that his own life is on the line. If you think that these politicians are, then face those politicians. Go to burn their houses. Are they talking? Go to their houses, set their house ablaze, decimate their compound, destroy their properties. Let them know that you are serious. Let them know that you are serious for your freedom, and that you are serious about this. Since they are not talking, they are killing you. They are not talking. That's it. Please do more of this lecture. Make it a mantra. God bless. Yes, Esther, I'm going to do more. In fact, tomorrow, during the Creating Biafra program, I'll do more on this. Our Oduduwa program that's supposed to hold on Friday has been moved to next week Friday because of the time, because of the arrangements we are trying to make, and because of the schedule of our Oduduwa people. So I'm going to be speaking with them later today, and at the same time we're going to prepare for next week Friday the Alliance and Focus program on Friday next week. So please, it is very, very important that we must begin to become reasonable. I'm going to begin to send message to my people in my community. Begin to take action. Prepare yourself for any possible attack. Amoku, we will always get better as the days progresses. Never again must such an attack take place in our land anymore. These are things they did to our people. And our people sustained that war because of these tactics. In 1967, are you talking about this generation? The same way they are still thinking. The only difference is that they have AK-47 now. They are foot soldiers. They still had guns those days, but our people were able to kill many of them. If not for the blockade, you think they would have won a war? The only thing they used the weapon was the blockade. So our people were starving. But this time around, they don't block us anymore. So definitely, we have what it takes. Fish line, thank you. Dollar Fox, thank you for reminding me. Fish line, set those fish line. Those things are strong weapons. You see that fish line, as thin as it is and as slender as it is? Set it in your community at different places. Get your people, map your community very well. You people know the terrain. Map your community. Give information. Let right information go around to your people. Say this place and this place, this place and this place. They should talk to your community people. Let's say, forget about who wants to sabotage or who don't want to sabotage. When the Fulanis are coming with their stuff, they don't know. Even the people sabotaging will not be able to go and tell them because they are coming for them too. Get that fish line. Set traps. Get trusted people to understand. Set the traps. Let the fish line stay in the ground. Bury it light on the earth. Stay far from those entry points and exit points. By the time they come close from the two ends, people are drawing it forcefully. And then you are the ones who are holding the fuel bottle and all of that are prepared, waiting for how you're going to destabilize them. How can somebody who is confused be able to shoot well with AK-47? They will be confused because they are trying to save themselves. You have set confusion. As soon as you set confusion, you can disarm them because you are concentrated. It's like a sniper. You are concentrated. You are behaving like a sniper. You have your target. You know where they are coming in from. You know where they can possibly come in from because you understand your terrain very well. So you are a sniper. You are waiting, observing. Their own is they want to come in and go out. So when you set confusion in their midst, they get confused. That is when you can capitalize on their confusion and decimate them. I can't tell people understand Fulani has brought war already in our land. I don't know whether they want the Fulani government to announce that they are at war. Are you waiting for them to announce it when they are fighting you? They are killing you already. They have brought the war to you. For God's sake, you don't need any announcement. You know war has come to you. you are fighting a war. You have to defend yourself and take advantage of every opportunity. Blessing Chuku, thank you for that. Take advantage of every opportunity. Take advantage of every opportunity. Uche Chineke, sir, in my village, the Fulanis are here in Onwaku local government in the Benue State at Ezra Field, and the war between the Ezra and a few people have been since 2021, and the soldiers are there. So everybody will sit in that community watching. How many are the soldiers? You have thousands of young people. Soldiers are comfortable in that place. My brother, from this lesson we have gotten tonight, begin to inform them on what to do. Yes, and has to locate there because it is getting worse. The crisis has been going on for 2 years. For 2 years, they have been killing people, and yet people allow the soldiers to stay there for comfortably. Now that things have got to this extent now, as you are crying for ESN, let the people begin to plan, so that when ESN begin to step in and an action starts, the people now will carry out their action along the line of the ESN, alongside with the ESN, so that it will be more effective to decimate them once and for all. Begin to plan. I'm not saying you should attack them now. Begin to set plans. Arrange yourselves, set the strategy. Then as you seek to have the ESN, of course, and all of that, then at the point when you know that you have planned very well and you are very, very well equipped, and you know we are coming close. Remember, the momentum is, we are gathering the momentum. You prepare yourself and prepare yourself for the momentum. Make sure you safeguard yourself, because now that you are in your community, you don't need to be sleeping in your house every time you go drink beer in the night and go and sleep. No, you now begin to stay in secluded places. Safeguard yourselves. You young men, you must safeguard yourselves. Don't sleep in your houses the way you sleep. Safeguard yourself, because you must be alive to fight this war, and this war that has come. Then you begin to plan together. Set your strategy. Know the points where these military people are. Understand where they always stay, because they have a place where they stay, where they put their defense and all of that. Put all those all this plates and all of those stuff. They have all those places. Yes, you know where they are. Then begin to set your plan, how you're going to decimate them once and for all. At the same time, the attack will come. And also observe how how things are going. Observe how the pronouncement is going, so that when the time comes, just like the Fulanis are listening to their radio to know when to attack, you prepare yourself very well. Then you take action when the time comes. Take action. I'm going to speak more on this tomorrow because of time. This is about 2 hours, so I want to stop here. Very, very important. We have to be strategic. We can't be killing our people again and we'll come to cry. Can be killing our people, and we cannot wait for yes, doing well. They can be everywhere at the same time, but we are spreading. But for us to spread, we need you also to begin something in your place. That is part of the spread. And then wait. But you, on your own, as they come in, you can even get guns. It's just bravery. Be strong and of good courage. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Go and read it. When you read Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, it will help you to plan. Thank you all for being part of this. Please share this broadcast. Cut this part and send to them, or send it to them. Let them listen to it. Download it, send it to them, or send the link to them. Let them watch and listen, and then know what to do. Can't allow infidels to kill us. Can't allow infidels to kill us. Enough of this mess. Enough. Thank you so much, all. I want to thank Mazin Namdekano, and I want to pray Chukwu protect him wherever he is, for giving us this awakening and bringing us to light, to what we should know. I want to thank Professor Banji for helping and sustaining for getting along with the Oduduwa people to see that they get free. I know Sunday Goho also for their consistency and for his new dimension. Thank Mazi Zamaneba, who are still strong, who is still standing strong, and who has made this time possible for the Dragon and Biafra flag to be lifted, and henceforth we're defending our lands. I want to thank also everyone who is working very hard in their corners, in all ways, in the committees and everything that we're doing. Those who are contributing their monies, those who are bringing the tactics and the ideas, those who are in the battlefield, the ESN, the Alliance, everybody. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all. Oduduwa brothers, the media personnel, both Oduduwa and IPOB media personnel. I want to thank you all of you who are part of the autopilot mood that we are in now. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all. Uche, Chineke, okay, Chineke says they are killing us not to use the elders are in support of this. Soldiers and that soldiers are defending. My brother, I am telling you, leave this issue of soldiers. This has been this is not the first time it's been happening. Everybody knows that the politicians are supporting them. They are supporting the soldiers. It is not a new story. When you see a problem, you solve it. The solution now is to strategize. Even those, as soon as you strategize very well, the day you are going to carry out, that spontaneous plan together. You see, those elders and those politicians, their houses too should be the target. You make sure they run out of that place. It's either they run out or you destroy them with their stuff. When you carry out such kind of, do you know the kind of revolution that came to Ghana? Do you know what revolution is about? You plan together in that community. As you carry that spontaneous, program, it cuts across both the enemies within, the enemies without. Plan. Leave all this issue of the elders are in support. They have been in support before now, even before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came into the struggle, began the movement and started preaching. They have been, and he has been saying it. We all know they are in support. You and I know all this. So why are we still complaining when we should take action? Enough of this cowardice, according to Mr. Thank you so much, man, for this. Enough of the cowardice. Enough. Let's be firm and take what belongs to us. Thank you, Biafrans. We have to win this fight, and it is in our hands to win this fight. Thank you all. I love it from here, and God bless you. Very good.